Welcome back to another edition of CoEd Edition, Birds of a Feather. Me and Eddie, we had a weekend to talk about, and
Oh,
the Eagles win
oof.
undefeated, but how dramatic was it not? Welcome
Are you
everybody to the
kidding?
CoEd Edition again.
The boys keep trying to give me a heart attack.
Yeah, yeah. Your girl AJ,
Trying.
Suburban Princess here with Eddie B. Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. Um, yeah, so Eagles are undefeated right now. I don't know how long that's going to last after this weekend coming. But one thing at a time. Eddie,
Yeah.
we both watched together as it was my birthday weekend. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Got my new Eagles
Happy
hat from
birthday again.
Momsy. Thank you. Thank you, Coed. Um, gift from my Momsy. Um, we saw an amazing ending to a game that looked like it was going to be a little shaky in the middle. Um,
Yeah.
how did you overall feel about this win?
Hey, look, I mean, like I said, I'll take it. It was it was a nail biter. It was down to like 20 with 26 unanswered points.
Yep.
I mean, like, oh my God. Like, that was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
26 unanswered. And then I mean, they pulled off blocking not one, but two field goals back to back.
I
Like,
forgot about the first one. I had to go back and watch the highlights
yeah,
recently. I was like, oh, that's right. They blocked one before. I forgot.
yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
looked like both Carter and Davis got their hands on the first one. That's what it looked like anyway. But
Yeah.
and then Davis got the second one. It was just like, wow. I'm gonna sit there like, please block it. And I did not think that was gonna happen. I was like,
Yeah.
the guy sitting next to us was funny too because they were just like, man, what's going on?
Oh yeah. So we have to explain that the first part of the game, Eddie and I were at one location. Then we went across the street to watch the remainder of the game. The first location, the DJ was a little happy in between commercial breaks for getting to cut
I
back into
could
the
not,
game.
I could not hear. Like,
Could not hear
yo,
shit
my
after a while.
ears were done. When we went to the other spot, I couldn't hear anything. It took a while for my ears to come back. Everything sounded
Yeah.
muffled for a little bit.
Slight ringing. Haven't had that in a while. It's been a minute since I've been to any loud environment since the last concert I've been to. So yeah, you felt a little like old, but then you were like, turn the game back on, man. Turn the game back on.
Yeah,
Um,
right. How
they
many times
scored
did I say that?
quickly. They scored quickly. So I mean that was the refreshing part of the beginning of the game, but then it seemed like
Hmm.
they started pushing, and then next thing you know, Lane was on the sidelines, and we were like, "What the hell happened to Lane?" Found out later it was like a stinger, but
Yeah, there's not. Yeah,
yeah. So, what did you feel like mid game, where it seemed like they were starting to lose? What's the word? Contain, and it seemed like both sides were kind of fighting with the Rams, like back and forth for a while. It just was like not generating points.
yeah. I mean, it went down to one. I mean, once they lost Lane Johnson, they lost all the steam out of the offense because I mean Jalen couldn't do anything.
Right.
And also, it was some bad play calling in there too, which is not Jalen's fault.
Right.
I don't know if you remember when they showed him over to Patulo, and after that, things changed.
Yeah. There. The one thing I
I just wish I
go
wish
ahead.
I heard what I wish you could hear what they were saying to each other.
Yeah.
So
That's one of those where you see like the what do you call those things we used to watch uh where they mess up the captions, bad lip reading. That's where you would want to hear some bad lip reading,
oh God,
assuming that you know what they said, kind of making up stuff. But no, I'm glad you brought that up because
yeah,
that's something that's refreshing on the sidelines to see your quarterback actually starting to communicate more, whether he's pissed off or whether he's not. The point is, you see Jalen more communicating with people a lot more, even since the beginning of the season. I don't know if maybe things changed after that last Super Bowl loss with him, but I think he became big on
mm,
making himself more vocal on the sidelines. What do you think?
I think yeah. I mean, he has to be the leader of that team. He's got to be vocal when things aren't going right, and when they're going great too. Yeah, he's got to do both. Like so him going if with frustrations with was being told, hey, say something. And I think that's what happened. Because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, notice after that they started. they started mixing up the plays a little bit more. You know, they started throwing the ball a little more, started stopped doing just running it back to back all the time. Like that part drives me crazy. You're gonna keep running back to back. That's why I said that one play. Come on, they should just throw a bomb right here. Come out
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
half, just throw a bomb.
I agree. I was
Just
waiting for that. I was
just
waiting
take
for
a
them
deep
to
shot.
decide to go deep. Yeah, just go deep.
Yeah, just take the reins off it and let it go. Like, but I mean, they did what they had to when they came back. It's like great adjustments by also Vic Fangio did a great job with the defense. I mean,
Yes.
they settled in and didn't give up many minutes after that.
What do you think about Petula thus far? I mean, I know it's still early, but do you is it hard to tell, especially when you know when they come to the post game pressers, or no, excuse me, like the pressers they just had yesterday, where Nick kind of always makes it sound like, you know, they never want to say that Jalen took over and was very verbal. They just mention he was verbal, but they don't make it sound like he was influential as to how
Mm,
Petula called the rest of the game. And it's like, is that just to save face for the coaches to not look like, they didn't know what they were doing
well,
again?
well, he's also not trying to kill. I mean, he's not trying to kill his coach's confidence already.
Right.
First, the first
Three games.
games, like, and they haven't really played that much anyway. The game speed anyway. They've been practicing, yes, with other teams, but now this is the first time they've actually got a chance to actually do, do more plays because of since they don't play the first stringers in preseason either. So they don't get a rhythm yet. So I mean, we saw it last year. First 4 games, not did not look like a good team at all. You know, do we look a little better this time around? It's hard to say. We'll see how they come out. I mean, the record says they're better, but it's hard to say if they're actually better than they were in the first 4 games last year. I think they're kind of almost the same, to be honest with
I
you.
was going to say, I think it's the same because we both even were saying that. Remember, I was telling you, I said, I think that this is the same crap they went through last year, and every year it's going to be like that. It takes about
Mm-hmm.
5 games for them to finally feel comfortable.
Start
Yeah.
to gel. Yeah, they start to gel, and we got to just fight off that injury bug, and keep hopefully
All right.
everything goes out.
So moving on to that, we just found out like what 2 days ago they just suddenly put Nolan and who else on IR? It was Nolan.
It was Nolan,
Let me see. Hold on.
what's the
Nolan
other
Smith on IR, Jacorian Bennett on
guy? Mm-hmm.
IR, and now it looks like they're called. And Darius Cooper for some reason got a shoulder injury, maybe during a return. They're saying so.
Probably, yeah.
So Darius Cooper was hoping to be that our backup wide receiver. So apparently, did you hear that they brought in Quez Smith again on the practice squad?
Yeah,
Quez
Quez
Watkins, I
Watkins
mean,
is
Quez
right.
Watkins
Yeah,
brought him back. So they
yeah,
brought him
yeah.
back, and they called our small safety guy that they had traded and then brought him back. Of course, now I'm trying to figure out everybody's name, and I forgot, but I retweeted it to
You guys
remind
talking
them.
about Epps?
Bringing back up Epps
Yeah.
um, to the active roster, as well as that backup tight end that's helping out with, or apparently helped out with a couple blocking schemes.
Cameron Latu.
Yeah, Latu. So
Yeah,
Latu's
yeah.
working out so that to back up Goddard. Now that Goddard's returned as far as helping with blocking because Calcaterra is not the blocking tight end. I think we've established this. Um, but it looks like that it's going to be a lot of new faces, sort of new faces, coming back to the
Well,
roster this
well, the
weekend.
good thing.
Need all
I mean, the
hands.
good thing is we had one of the best rosters in the offseason of any teams, like backups included. So I mean,
We didn't really need help
it,
till the injuries became a thing.
yeah. I mean, so it's good to have that safety net for now until we get further. I mean, I still think C2 is going to be an issue if you don't.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what's going to happen with Keely Ringo, but he's supposed to be. We'll see what he can do. I mean, I hope for him. I really want to. I hope he works out because the kid's a freaking nature. He's a what 6 foot tall, crazy arms, and uh, he's built like a wide receiver, but he plays corner.
he's definitely a
Uh,
fast kid. We know that for sure. But we
yeah,
also know that from week one, I mean, from preseason, we both agreed that Keely and Sydney were mostly special teamers, and that's it. So now here we are
yeah.
thrust with the opportunity of having to deal with that, which means that
Can't get worse than the
Baker's going to throw his direction.
Can't be any worse than Dory Jackson, though, can he?
No, but I mean, and is Adoree still going to start because he got injured too? A lot of guys got banged up after this last game.
Mhm.
Will he even need to start?
Well,
I know they said it was a hand issue with him, but he still played the rest of the game. But there were a lot of injuries that I think that they even really didn't even divulge because they were probably just everybody just got banged up. I mean, it got very physical with the Rams. I mean, the Rams were on a mission anyway because they wanted to come back and avenge. You they were
it's because
celebrating early until we came back on their ass.
we've been living in their head rent free for what?
Right.
Because of for the past few years, we've been beating them at every turn. So I mean,
Yeah. And then the
they
playoff
have
game
not
was
been happy
definitely a
about it.
sore spot.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. So
Have you already seen the footage of
yeah.
Jared Verse talking about he's going to talk shit if they didn't block this field goal and then found out that they did and he had nothing more to say? Then the next thing you know, you see Jalen Carter wearing his big 8 gold chain in the post presser. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, why does
Ah,
Jalen Carter have an 8 necklace? And then it hit me that someone said he's wearing
he's
Jared
trolling.
Verse's necklace. Yeah, he pulled his chain.
He's trolling. Yeah.
Trolling. So yeah. All right. So now that we're
Yeah.
going to deal with the reality of playing the Bucks, this is around this time of year early that they've honestly dealt with the Bucks, and it hasn't really been that great as far
Yeah.
as a sample of games. So are you worried? I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, honestly, they didn't play that well against the Jets last week. So lost Jets. I mean, the
They
Bucks. I
have
mean,
they have injuries too. They have injuries too,
they
but
had
they
their
still got
struggles with.
that rookie wide receiver is dangerous though, even if he is probably
Yeah,
the
but he's probably the only one they're gonna have because a
well,
lot of their wide
Mike
receivers
Evans,
are hurt. I mean,
yeah, Mike Evans went out.
Evan Evans is out. Like a lot of the guys are out. So
He might be
it's
using.
gonna be yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But this is on the subject of like D backs.
Mhm.
I'm kind of getting tired of the CJ crap.
Okay, so I'm glad you
Like,
brought it up because I thought instantly it made sense, but then as quick as I thought it, I said no. Because the reality is, one, they said that he didn't play 4 games, so that he may not even be able to come over here. Two, you have to realize that, like someone pointed out, I think Les Bowen pointed out on Twitter, 5 different teams in 5 years, it's you. You're the problem.
mhm.
So
And they cut him not for playing reasons. They cut him for off the field reasons.
yeah, they played him,
So
basically released him because they thought you're talking too much shit, and then you're going to start to come down on your teammates.
I
Basically,
mean,
how I was
let's
talking to
call
you before we started recording is the reason why he got released.
let's call spade a spade, right? Yo,
Yeah, you can't be talking shit about
apparently, he's he's a
difficult.
problem.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah,
problem. You know,
no,
like I mean, of course he tries to sound like the victim sometimes, but
he does. He does. A
but
lot of
but
his
but
whole
if,
thing is
but if it
cat.
happens everywhere you go,
Everywhere you go,
then
it's you.
who's the problem? Like
Right.
that's the biggest thing. Like, okay, and then obviously you're the problem. Everywhere you go, that's it. Same thing happens. Like
Yeah.
you teammate. I don't want him to go and then come in here and destroy the locker room. You
I
know.
mean, I wouldn't assume that only because everybody here is used to him. So I don't think it would be a issue of destroying the locker room. I think if anything, he might be an issue for the coaches more because they're the ones who are always trying to probably cool him off. I mean,
Mm,
we got Clint Hurt, so Clint Hurt can just smack the shit out of him and tell him to calm the fuck down.
you talking about the
Big guy,
D line
Clint Hurt,
coach,
yeah. He could just
big.
decide to be like, don't make me sit on your ass
I was
because you
looking
let
at the mic. I was looking at the mic'd up for Blankenship and
oh, I didn't watch it
Cooper.
yet. I didn't watch it yet.
I was like, you see him standing there. I was like, oh my god, it looks like he should just put on pads and go out there. It was like big old
Say it,
giant.
you know. Worst is the worst. They could just have him stand there during the kick return, and just have him just stand there, let somebody run right into him. But no, CJ obviously needs to grow up. I mean, this is the bottom line. You get to a
Yeah,
point where
that's
after a while you
exactly it.
realize the problem is you, and you need to grow up. Like you need to learn when to zip it, and when to talk shit. And he still seems to not understand that concept. And so if you get released every year, if you really think the Eagles are that dumb to bring you back after they let you go after a Super Bowl year, then He's dumb to even assume that. Now watch his ass go to the Cowboys just to be spiteful if they take him or somebody else like the Redskins. I mean, sorry, Commanders.
I mean,
Um,
if he did come back here, I'm sure they're gonna sit him in the office and be like, "Hey, before the ink
before you
drops,
even
before we even
begin,
sign,
what is your
before
deal?
we put him in, yeah, before we even put some ink on a piece of paper here, what, like, you come here, this is the whole thing. You need to be quiet."
Yeah, there's a time when you need to talk, and there's a time you need to just pick your battles. Like he has to learn to pick his battles. And at this point, like I said, if you know you're a good corner, if you know you're a good DB, but you keep getting let go of teams that obviously need you. If the Eagles are
Yeah,
saying we're willing to just be with our scrubs and deal with you again, that's saying a lot. Especially because they don't have
yeah,
to stay with the guys. They know that no one can replace him because he had 6 interceptions his one brief season here. So, and then when they did bring him back, it's like he wasn't even that much of an effective. And then he got hurt, I think, too, so, while he was here. So I don't know. And then he had an injury when he was Texan. So it's like at this point in his life, he should realize like
hmm
maybe think about your health, take a beat, before you join a team randomly and then start talking your shit before anything happens,
yeah.
because going to that team you weren't probably going to do much anyway. But at the same time, what you should have did is use that as an example to make the Eagles wish they hadn't let you go instead of coming down
Instead
to
of
your teammate,
talking your way out of another team, right?
another team. So at some point,
Yeah,
it's like everybody says, it can't just be everybody else all the time, CJ. Like you got to grow the fuck up.
well, our boy needs to take a big old slice of humble pie and sit
Humble
down and
pie.
eat it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
Everybody has to eat it at some point in their life. God will just reveal that to you. And if you can't see it, then you blind, deaf, and dumb. Um,
mhm.
but okay, so bottom line is you're not as concerned as I am. If it starts out being slow again for like the first half, are you assuming that if they don't readjust, that the Buccaneers can just go in and this is just going to be another fourth quarter, dramatic?
I think it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be in a close game. And this could be our one loss. I mean, because I projected like
Yeah, I'm
I didn't think
prepared
we're
for
going
an
to
L.
go. I didn't think we're going to go 4-0 to start
No,
off.
no.
Honestly, I thought we were going to be the same as last year at this point. I thought we were going to be like 2-2.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right. You're right. I thought that the Rams
uh,
game would could have been an L, but I wasn't shocked that we won. I mean, obviously, I'm shocked with the last play, but I mean, I wouldn't have been shocked if they beat them at home. But yeah, it was looking like, oh, y'all just gonna lay down now. Like that was just like we're just gonna go out not swinging.
yeah,
And then I got nervous once Lane was down because then I was like, oh shit, here we go. But
yeah.
yeah, this team has a way of adjusting, but because it's kind of still murky with Patullo being 100% on the play calls now, and you not knowing if coach is really putting in his 5 cents and not really mentioning it, you don't know what kind of dumb plays
Mhm.
could probably. Let's just put it this way: if Lane got hurt from the tush push, one, that's going to be maybe a reason why they don't do it as much this weekend, or they could just decide to kind of like throw in a trick play at the most random ass time, and that's all Sirianni if that shit happens. Like they could just decide instead of doing the touch push at fourth and goal, and then all of a sudden do some stupid bullshit that doesn't work, like a lateral.
I want to see. I want to see more. Honestly, I would love for them to fake it some more
Yeah,
because people always assume they're going to do it. I would love to see them take the snap and drop back and
yeah.
throw a little shot, little
I
pass
kind of
right
like that
over.
too, like a little like lollipop, and then all of a sudden
Um,
Saquon's right there. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I
yeah,
think every now and then they should take a break from it and then just be like, we're gonna do it, and then all of a sudden Hurts just real quick
and then
decides to
yeah,
shovel.
they only faked it one time
Yeah,
that I've seen, like
yeah,
once.
I think I remember that too. Yep. I don't know which game it was, but I know I remember seeing it because I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, that's the best way to kind of not feel like you have to use it all the time. You can kind of just do a fake out. And honestly, on a Bucks team, I think that would be a good strategy because they wouldn't suspect it.
Yeah, but
It's
they're
just
not
the
gonna
way
be able to
they
stop
usually
it
do
either,
it.
though. It's
Huh?
fine. I said they're not gonna be able to stop it either, though.
Well, didn't what was it them or the Jaguars that did stop them? That did
I think
stop
the
the play.
Jaguars may have stopped it once,
I think the
maybe.
Jaguars stopped them one at
I
point because
mean,
that was
even though the one
Nesk's
stopped, I
game.
mean, it's still
Yeah,
like what plus 80%
yeah. Who's blowing up
success
your
rate.
Who's blowing up
So,
your DMs? You keep
oh,
getting
that's my oh no, that's my work computer. I thought it was. I thought I had the headset plugged in. So
Eddie's a
because
manager. This is what happens when work is you can't get rid of work
no,
totally.
they're not calling me. They're I still because I get every notification that comes through.
Oh yeah.
And
We
I had the computer on, which sucks. I'm like, oh god, I hate the fact that we get them all. Even if it's not addressed to me, it comes through. I can hear, I get a notification for it.
you're
Oh,
lucky that
ding, ding.
that traumatizing noise of MS Teams, especially when you came out of COVID. Everybody knows that ding. That ding is traumatizing after a while. Not even
Yes,
intentionally.
definitely.
It's just like, oh. Anyway, but going back to the game, I really do like you said, I'm fine with them trying something a little different, considering that some of the personnel will be a little different. I'm just more concerned
Hmm.
at how much Baker's going to decide to just throw at the weak sides because now he's got, and they've showed a lot with because Landon's still a little gimpy too, so they could decide to just run up. And I know Saquon was having a tough time. They only really let him free one time, so there's going to be a lot of battles in the middle of the line for both sides. I think early with
Hmm.
this team. And did you know that they're flying tomorrow instead of Saturday because they said they want to get them acclimated with
They
the
want to get used to the weather. Yeah,
yeah, because it's supposed to be
yeah.
105. So
Oh no, that's a smart. That's a very smart thing to do because
I think they should pickle juice the fuck out of this game. Like they say that pickle juice helps. I really do think they should just invest in some new hydration strategies so they don't look so sluggish early. Because I know that Tampa Heat ain't nothing to play with. That's exactly why I'm not a
Florida
fan of
Heat's a
anything
completely
Florida and muggy. Because it's just that's a devilish type of muggy. Um,
Florida Heat's a completely different animal. Like I
just
don't miss that at all when I live in
everything is
Miami.
different in Florida.
Uh,
That Florida water, that Florida weather.
Florida, Florida's like a whole different planet anyway. So I
It
mean,
is. Oh, it's just like Texas. It's just like a whole other country. It's just like everything is just hotter and angrier and just ah. Um,
mhm.
but I just hope if anything, if they skirt through this game again with like a 1 point win or a field goal win, I'm all for it. But I noticed that Tampa seems to always be that little test battleground, especially when they're playing in Tampa.
Yeah,
So I just hope it just doesn't cause me to like drink till I pass out. I hope it's like I just have a nice little buzz and then I can go, whoo, that was good. Are we over this now? I'm just thankful they get a bye in week 9 because I really do think by then you're obviously getting everybody else back who was on IR.
oh yeah.
So they're definitely going to need Nolan back. I'm praying that Jalix and Jihad have like a rare, like, we're going to show our asses this weekend. We're going to show you uh, what we can do. Like, I hope there's going to be a lot of the guys who normally don't get that
No,
attention.
Campbell's been playing well the first three
Campbell's
games.
been doing
So
a good already, right? But I feel like maybe
yeah,
we might get a pick tip to him. Maybe, maybe Jalix will actually get a sack, on Baker. Um, I just want to see some of the guys that don't get a chance now that will be the replacements or get more attention now that Nigel's down and Bennett is down. So I don't know. Let's just pray that Ringo
yeah.
actually shows everybody, what he can do, or just gets a
I just
lucky
want
break.
I just hope that just hope our two D tackles keep dominating too. Like Jordan Davis and Carter has been killing it.
Yeah,
Been
oh,
killing
absolutely. I mean, we know that
killing
they're truly showing what they're capable of. Did you see
yeah.
their Georgia coach saying that he wasn't shocked about, because that's what they did when they were in Georgia. So it to him it was old hat. He was like, "This is what they did here. This is not a shock to me."
He's like, yeah, right. He's like, those are my boys. They got
He's like, "Those are my boys. This is what they did when they were here." So I'm not shocked at all. But yeah, I hope to just have a different because right now I'm feeling trepidatious. I know by the time Sunday comes around, it might be a totally different feeling. Also, too, weather-wise, you got to consider because we're in hurricane season now, so it's like you don't even know if the game's even gonna weather-wise gonna be compatible. It may not even be a high-scoring game. It may be like a 17-10 win or something, for the Eagles. But I just
I
hope
mean,
it's perfect.
other than the Heat, I think it's fine. It's gonna be fine this weekend. So
Yeah, and I just hope Lightning doesn't delay the game like the one game got delayed and threw off the whole momentum. You know what I mean? Because anything's possible. I mean, there's always that one storm that whips through Florida, and then you got to go back to where you left off. But okay, so moving on real quickly before we end, we have to talk about the Phillies' recent success. They have now given themselves a first week bye, I guess, in the playoffs. from
First round
last
bye.
night's
Yep.
game.
They get to
They
sit
had
out.
50 home runs last night, 11-1. They beat the Marlins, so that was a definitely
Hey,
a ridiculous game.
it's gonna
Ridiculous.
turn around. They were hitting a home run. I was listening. I can't watch it. I was listening to it on the radio, and it was like it's going back and it's gone. I'm like,
I,
okay,
I,
you
I
know, blah blah blah.
saw I saw the highlights on Instagram, and then I saw some of the on the ESPN
I
app
mean,
because that's what I watched
Sosa
the
hit like
playoffs on.
Sosa hit like three by himself.
Sosa, yes, Sosa had 3 run hit, right? Three
he's
home
getting
runs.
he's getting back to that form that he had at the beginning of the year, which is great
Sosa.
going into October. Yeah, Sosa, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, he was great like in the beginning of the year. Now he's starting to get the got swing back.
I'm
It's
glad
going
to
to be
see
good.
Stott getting in there because Stott been quiet as a church mouse all season. So to see him getting some
Mm-hmm.
hits is really refreshing. They say Bryce is
Yeah,
sick, so no, there's no alarm for
yeah.
injury for Bryce. He's just been sick, which this weather is making everybody like I'm even questioning whether I'm well half the time. This weather is just so freaking confusing.
I mean,
Um,
they wonder if
Trey,
what's his name? Well, we don't need to trade back until it's time for him to come back.
yeah, he can wait till the playoffs. I don't think.
Don't rush it. Yeah, I mean, we only got a couple more games left anyway. So I
Right.
mean, they always wonder if he's gonna hit if Schwarber's gonna hit Ryan
Oh,
Howard's record.
if he's gonna
So
break, I think he definitely will. The way rate he's going, yes, I do feel like he's gonna break Ryan Howard's record before the end of the season. Yeah, I
yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, he could break it tonight if he has a night like that. Well, he'll tie it tonight. He had a night like last night.
Anything's possible, yeah, because it feels like it's not even like hard work for him now. Like now it's getting to the point where you expect a multiple home run night from him. Like dude's not even laboring. I mean, he does the one where he ends up on his knee sometimes when he gets just low enough to get under it. But the highlights I've
Mm-hmm.
seen, I feel like Schwarber's just zeroed in when the ball's in an area he likes, and he's just like not even trying. So I feel like he
So
just has that he has that whole that whole magnetic draw with that damn ball right now. So he's seeing something different everybody else ain't seeing.
well,
So
this is the best time of year to get hot. So this
yeah,
is when you
it's
want
like
to.
Charlie says, it's hitting
They've
season.
been they've been the hottest team in the past 2 months. I mean, that's
Which is
great.
good because I
Keep
mean,
it up.
considering how
Carry
much
that momentum.
adversity we've been going through, like to see them this successful right now, when I really thought they were going to miss the playoffs.
Even with all even with all the injuries, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the rotating, I mean, constant rotating roster. I mean, I know the manager has been stressed out more than normal with this team this year because this season has probably driven anyone to drink. With how many times we've had to, you know what I mean? Like he's had to, come up with roster changes like crazy. Then
well,
you got
I
guys that
mean
sometimes you don't know what the hell's wrong with them, like Thome and
I mean
everybody have been going up and down.
yeah. And he's doing it. He has to deal with the fact that, some guys don't hit lefties well. And he's gotta move this person here
Right.
because this guy doesn't hit this guy won't hit lefties. This guy will. So I mean,
Yeah. Who was it that had the most issue with that lefty thing? Was that um Beard Man?
Marsh used to have a hard
Marsh.
time with
Yeah, Marsh was
left-handers. Yeah,
another one that had a problem with the lefties. Didn't he end up hitting somebody though after he came back when they had him sending
yeah.
him down?
He hit a home run. He hit a home run a night off of lefty. Never surprised.
Yeah.
So,
So it can be possible.
but
It just takes more work. It just takes
yeah,
more
well,
study.
baseball, you're playing chess, not checkers. So, I mean, it's a strategy game. You got to move your pieces where you need them. So that's what happens.
And my whole thing
So,
is when guys like that have that much pressure on them and you got 162 games, at some point I would think eventually you have
mhm.
to slay that demon. You got more than enough games to try to figure that shit out. Because I feel like there's no excuse in 162 games that you can't figure out why your swing isn't working, no matter what the circumstances are. Sometimes you just need to step up. Um, but yeah, so postseason will be interesting with this team. I'm glad I didn't have to buy another T-shirt because they pretty much just took care of the East. So that's now they just got to get to the World Series and win it. I mean, this is just basically the goal. Get in
yeah, I'm
and
not buying any shirts until
nope,
to the season.
nope, I'm done. I ain't buying nothing until it's the World Series champions. Until then, I'm fine with
That's the only shirt I
baseball.
want. Hat I want.
It's all we want. And I want another pennant to put up, just like I got to get my Super Bowl pennant from the Eagles. I keep saying I'm going to go to Rally House. I haven't gone yet, but I want a pennant. But all right, so it's looking good. Shout out to also the Sixers real quick because they released the black jersey spread, so they look nice. Not that it's relevant now, but I will just say hearing that Jared McCain just busted a UCL in his thumb, I'm not worried about it because it's not the season yet, and it feels
Uh,
like the injury bug is just trying to play these guys. But I will not be deterred because until October season really starts for them, I don't care. But I'm glad the Blacks jerseys are finally out. I mean, it's never going to be like the original
yeah,
ones. You can't reproduce that, but I like it. I like the look of them, and I'm glad
yeah.
they're attempting to try to put the Sixers vibes out there, even though it's very, very, very premature right now because we're not in that mood. But prayers to Jared McCain. If he can recover
Yeah,
from that ACL, he can recover from this. I'm sure by the time they actually even get started, he probably won't be 100%, probably till the holidays. But hey, all the more reason for VJ and all these
mm,
other rookies and new faces that'll be there, and the new draftees they just brought in. I mean, the new free agents they just brought in, like Imani Bates and all these other guys. We'll see a
yeah.
new team for a while, and it's just gonna have to look that way. So
Hey, and that's fine. Yeah,
fine. Sixers
but
needed a facelift anyway at this point.
oh,
So
yes, they do.
yeah. So it is what it is.
But good. But we forgot to actually mention, and
What?
we forgot to mention one person who actually pretty much, if it wasn't for their play, they pretty much helped turn the game around. Forgot to mention Fred Johnson.
Big
Fred Johnson
Fred.
came in
Yes,
and
thank God. He stepped in when he needed to.
Big Fred came in and played the
He
opposite
played
position that he usually plays too.
Eddie, yeah,
Usually,
yeah, yeah. He had to step in just
usually,
where he was normally comfortable with to begin with. So if Big Lane hadn't
yeah.
stepped out, Big Fred wouldn't have been able to shine, and he did what he does best. So yeah, that was a blessing of a resign.
Matt Pryor late in age. Yeah,
Maybe Matt
so,
Pryor. Matt Pryor is one of them guys you do not know why you keep bringing him back, but Howie thinks there's a future there every
just
time.
for
It's just for
just
depth,
bring him
I
back
know.
for what's that? Yep, just for
It's just,
depth. That's it.
but you can tell some guys are just truly depth guys, but they have no purpose other than just to be a pain in the ass. But yeah, God bless Big Fred, and hope he doesn't have to be in that rotation all the time for Lane, but when he comes in, he will definitely be helpful come playoff time. So, all
Hmm.
right. Well, that was mostly why I wanted to have another pod. I think it was due. Me and Eddie experienced the most craziest ending to a crazy game. Shout out to all the big boys that were that thick sixes who blocked field goals, who are limber, and don't ever look down at the big man after you see Jordan Davis, because homie is a work in progress. He looks good right now, and he's probably getting even better. So thank God to all these guys on our teams. We love our Georgia dogs, and we love y'all for watching. And AJ the Suburban Princess,
Eddie
Mr.
B.
Eddie B. We will return after this week. Go Birds. And
Go
yeah,
Birds.
we'll shout y'all out next time. Take care. Bye bye.